Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and I was waiting the past few days for the ABX schedule to go past the Combat Superhero Day so that I could finally test out a different build on Captain America. And I got my 3.5 million with a CTP of Rage, so now let's take it off. That's right, take it off, Captain America, and we are instead going to be looking at how he does with a CTP of Regen in PvP, because I'm very curious to see if these skill changes were the Uppercut, Captain's Hammer, and Mjolnir's Justice can possibly make him a much better PvP character, maybe some guard break immunity penetration, maybe some other effects. I'm not exactly sure, so we're gonna take a look and we're gonna find out. Now, the rest of his build is very rage centric, so even without a CTP right now, you can see he's got 57% dodge and 50% crit rate. He also has, because of this team up with Victorious and Wasp, 92,000 HP. Thanks, Captain America, for having the highest, tier 3 stat bump in the game. This is how much HP Wolverine should have. Sadly, he doesn't. But on top of that, we're going to be slapping on a CTP of Regen. Now, we don't have the best rolls on some of these, but they're just going to have to do for now because we're not going to chance it. And if he's good enough with this, he'll be better with an even better one, but it doesn't have to be perfect in order for us to find out if he's good or not with one. So now he's over 100,000 base HP, 108,000. And just to make it a little bit more juicy, we're going to check it out now. 195% crit rate. We are going to, is there anything else we can do to make this just a little bit tankier? We could swap the 541 physical attack over to HP. That's probably the only change I really want to make for his uniform, and that's actually a really good roll there. We want to keep the attack speed high. He's up to 112, which is an amazing number. And I want to make one more change here. We're going to swap a couple of these crit rate Urus, or crit damage Urus for some HP. We want to go just a little bit higher. I want to see how insanely tanky we can make Captain America. So we're going to swap a crit rate, we're going to swap a crit damage, and we're going to throw on a couple of HPs here. And yeah, let's see if we can make basically not quite unkillable, but a very, very hard to kill, very, very annoying Captain America. And let's see if his uniform changes were just for PvE or if they were also for PvP. So now, after slapping on an extra 4 or 5 HP Urus, we are now up to 117,405 HP. And that's going to get multiplied even further once we jump into actual gameplay. So let's go into some timeline matches, and we're going to find some of the top ranked enemies, and we're going to fight them, and we're just going to see how Captain America does. Now, this team obviously can be disrupted at times. I don't know if Captain America's ever banned from Vibranium, but I do know that a Wasp is banned at times. So we're going to have to see how Cap does and how he fares against some of these opponents. We're taking a lot of damage here against Dr. Doom, and we're actually not really doing any damage. So that's a bit worrying. It's frustrating to play against Dr. Doom. He has like really long range on his 4th skill, and he's got, yeah, just a lot of annoying iframes. Oh my god, he's so close to being dead. Please die, sir. Yeah, probably the most annoying first matchup I could think of. But the good news is Cap is holding his own. Wow, we were actually able to charge up the tier 3 skill. Imagine that. The very first enemy, we charge up the tier 3 skill. This one's also going to be quite difficult, but we might actually die here. Oh, we didn't die. And we actually, ooh, very nice. And now our last opponent here, we're going to try to charge our tier 3 skill and let it pop. And boom, there we go. That was pretty nice. He's so tanky. He went toe-to-toe with Dr. Doom for like ages. That was pretty funny. Let's try a different team here. This time it's going to be Angel. It's going to be Ant-Man and Wasp and Dr. Doom, Doctor Strange. A difficult team as well, but could you imagine if Cap was really good for PvP? I just think that would be wonderful. You know, I realize more and more that I'm really enamored with combat types in this game. I made a video about Iron Fist. I want to make a video about Shang-Chi. Spoiler alert, I want to make a video about Hulkbuster. There's so many combat types that I just really, really like. And you know what I could actually do? If I wanted to slow play this, I could charge up my tier 3 skill, specifically against Wasp, and then trigger it against Ant-Man, because she's so good at evading. But this is actually bad for her because, well, she doesn't know what I'm trying to do. So we're at 92% right now. I think we have Ignore Dodge on the tier 2 skill. He's gonna get his dodge off, but I wonder if he can actually kill me. I wonder if this does have ignore dodge. It does not, sadly. Whoa, he can kill me. That's crazy. We're gonna have to be careful. We don't want to get hit by that. There we go, we killed him. We didn't want to get hit by that 5th skill. It does tremendous damage. We got a little bit of guard break there. His first skill seems quite good with low cooldown. Yeah, we're getting some guard break action there, but I don't know if we have ignore guard break, but really nice. Another victory, slapping around those blast types. Yeah, you just keep spamming his first skill. The swing with Mjolnir just seems to do really nice interruptions. Oh, you know what? I want to face a Captain Marvel team. I don't necessarily want to fight Dr. Doom again because he's actually really annoying, and he's difficult, but I want to try some different teams. So let's try this one. This one should be quite hard, if not impossible for him, because this is, of course, we've got the matchup differential, and we've got also the reflect going on, and then we've also got the energy attack. But he takes down Scarlet Witch quite easily. The Captain Marvel test is actually going to be a lot harder, I think. But we are getting the cracks going, and no, she doesn't have guard break immunity. That's why we're able to get all those cracks and all those guard breaks and all that stun mechanic. I wonder if we can stun Captain Marvel, though. But you know what? Honestly, Wasp is super annoying to fight in Timeline. We're gonna take a lot of damage here. Oh, we might be dead here. No. Ooh. Awesome. I mean, she didn't go into Radiant form. I don't really see a lot of guard break immunity interruptions going on. I don't see a lot of I don't see any extra interruptions, essentially. This should be a difficult team as well. But yeah, he seems pretty good. Again, I would probably build him offensively and probably build him with a CTP of Energy or a CTP of Rage. I'm really happy to see that he's even better now with his new uniform with a CTP of Energy, because there were some people who thought, kind of cynically, that he would be worse with a CTP of Energy now that they're reworking him and they want to really push the CTP of Rage narrative. And I can understand people having that worry and that frustration, but no, apparently he's even better with the CTP of Energy with this new uniform. He has more hits, which I think is why, but yeah, we're locking down this guy, but he doesn't seem to have... Oh, he has a CTP of Authority. No way. So yeah, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, the first skill, first and fourth. Well, sometimes, not all the time. We're not doing any damage, which is bad. Doctor Strange is a cheeky one. Doctor Strange is very cheeky. This is gonna hurt. No, not too bad though. Oh dear. We managed to burst her down right after she pulled Radiant form out. So that fourth skill is super duper nice. Obviously, the big sort of asterisk here with any of these matchups is the fact that another Captain America. Let's see how this goes. The big asterisk here for all of these gameplay, for all these fights, is that Jean Grey is missing. That's really something that needs to be repeated, is worth repeating. You're not gonna be... I highly doubt Captain America would be able to stand toe-to-toe with Jean Grey, so I do think that it's definitely worth mentioning, and it's definitely worth noting that I'm doing this on purpose in a week where Jean Grey is banned. However, it's also worth noting, if you want to note one thing, let's note two things. Jean Grey is banned twice a month at minimum. I gotta run away. So you would be able to use Captain America for at least 2 of those weeks, and then, you know, even when she's not banned, you can still find... Oh man, I hate running into his 5th skill. It's so dumb. Even when she isn't banned, you can still find teams who either don't have her or don't use her for whatever reason. But let's see now, Cap versus Cap. How does this go? But I can charge up my tier 3 skill, so I might be able to cheese him. He interrupted my tier 3 skill. This is scary and sad, but he's dead. His 5th skill, I basically one-shotted him with the 5th skill. But now... Oh! I thought I was dead. He one-shotted Captain Marvel through her Radiant form. That means 10 hits from the guard hit plus her HP, because those first 10 hits were absorbed because he doesn't have guard or doesn't have shield penetration. Damn. So I think, honestly, a little bit unconventional. I don't think Captain America is like the new meta for PvP, but I do think he got I mean, he might be just as good as he was before. It's hard to tell. You don't want to go back to Infinity War, so we don't want to go back that far in terms of going back and testing old uniforms. Let's try this one as well, because this team up has more HP. So maybe I'm winning not because Captain America is a better character, but just because I have more HP. So in this situation, we should have about the same HP. Wait, let's check. 2.5. No, I have a little bit more, but we're fairly close. I'm taking a lot of damage here. No, that fifth skill. Yeah, the fifth skill interrupts itself. Oh. It's like hammers and shields flying all over the place. But we got the kill, but I don't think we're going to be able to survive. No. Yeah, okay, so maybe part of the reason I was winning was because I had a massive HP pool. I didn't notice I'm over 250,000 HP, and that gets even higher with Alliance Tournament. But it's a cool little experiment. I might try him out in some other situations, maybe like Shadowland King of the Hill, to see if he can do a good job there and kind of crowd control and things like that. If we have a competitive team, which we do not have, we just have kind of your sorry ass. Well, not sorry ass, but we just have like a random ass team, so there really wouldn't be any worth in testing it in terms of seeing how well these characters do and seeing if Captain America can kind of handle a different situation rather than a one-on-one, because certain heroes, like for example Captain Marvel, very good one-on-one, but not very good when it comes to 3-on-3 situations, because her fourth skill doesn't have the AoE to really take down multiple opponents at the same time. And so while Captain Marvel gets focused on one enemy, the other two enemies can kind of focus her down, and she really doesn't have enough staying power because she's pretty fragile to actually finish the job or get a second kill after the first one. But there we go. That was just pretty run-of-the-mill. You want to play Shadowland King of the Hill once every day as long as you can. Once you get to stage 30, you unlock it, just because you will get a minimum of 100,000 gold back. As a challenger, even if you're in the bottom percentage, you still get 100,000 back, and it only costs 50,000 per. So just a little tip. I've said this tip before, but just a small little tip there for you guys to get an extra 50,000 gold like 4 or 5 days out of the week. So that was a medium-sized sample of some top PvP fights. Yes, it was manually played. It wasn't on auto, but I think at this point, for a lot of PvP in timeline battle, you really have to play manually if you want to ace a team. That means you kill all 3 with one of your characters. You can definitely get wins if you stack your team and you autoplay it with like 3 powerhouses, like Thanos PvP, Jean Grey PvP, and Captain Marvel PvP. But I'm just trying to highlight and focus one character's value, so that's why putting it on auto and having Victorious and Wasp die instantly and then trying to see if Cap can solo them is pretty unrealistic. So let me know what you guys think of Captain America in PvP. Let me know if you've seen any more worthwhile or more kind of encouraging moments from him, or certain skills that you think are being have been buffed and are really disruptive in PvP, like Jean Grey's 5th, for example, but on Captain America. Or let me know if you think I should just swap back to a Rage and let him smash Proxima's face. Hit me up in the comments down below. Subscribe if you enjoy the content and you want to support me. And of course, if you like what you see, I hope to see you tomorrow. Take care.